Two teams that are fighting for their season to continue, and it's a big series. So yeah, I think it goes without being said. This is pretty much a playoff game.
How do you prepare for a team that you haven't seen all season long, and now you get to play them twice in sports event?
Just like you do every other time you play an opponent for the first time. I think you have a pretty good base of what you want to try to do. Obviously, there's going to be a few wrinkles here and there that you have to figure out on the fly. But I like the way we played football last week, outside of maybe how we finished the game. But and I love the way that we practice. I think we have a really, really positive outlook on how this season's going to play out for us. What are the outcomes going to be? We'll find out. But I really do like the headspace that the locker room's in, and everybody believes that we can still do this.
You guys did so many things right on offense last week. Does it just come down to finishing some of those
It
drives?
does. It does. And it's just like it honestly sometimes it just has to do with things that aren't even like the X's and O's or like the execution of it. It's more so just, hey, understanding the situation, where we're at in the field. Okay, what's the situation? We need to get a couple first downs here to end the game. We need to keep a certain field position so that we can, have the right to kick a field goal or even score more points just via touchdown. So I think it's just understanding the situations at the end of the game when we put teams away, and less about necessarily the X's and O's, because the X's and O's will take care of itself. That's all. Just read and react. But just understanding every situation we're in at the end of the game is something that we just have to be better at.
How important is it to have a good start to get your fans in it, and maybe keep their fans in it?
Yeah, this is always a fun tradition. It kind of looks like Christmas in the crowd a little bit for these games. But yeah, you always want to start fast, but the reality of our sport is sometimes that's the case, sometimes it's not. I don't think it's something that you can just say, hey, we're going to start fast because we said it. I just think it's, hey, we're going to kick the ball off, and the start of the game is going to be the start of the game, and then as the game goes, how resilient can you be regardless of what happens? If you start fast, well, what does it matter if you finish terribly, and vice versa? So, yeah, that'll be important, but we're going to have enough home support, and there's going to be enough things going back and forth that it's going to keep the entire crowd into it no matter what.
All indications point Zach Williams is going to be back in front of you there. Just how important is it for him to be in the lineup and what he can bring to this offensive line?
It's huge. He's probably the best interior guy we got. He helps our run game tremendously. He's somebody that just has such a physical presence, and anytime you add that, your equation for your run game becomes better.
At the beginning of the season, if I said, at this point you'd be 4-8-1 and still have a good chance, would you believe it?
Probably, because we kind of experienced that last year, and I would say that I probably wouldn't have believed that the difference between first place and fifth place would be that close. Like, that is something new for all of us, I think. It's kind of a strange year in that regard, but yeah, I would have believed that 2 weeks after Labor Day, yeah, we'd still be in it. I would have believed that. I wish we were in the top half at the moment, for sure. Obviously, that goes without being said. But yeah, I would have believed you. I just, what is a little unbelievable, like I said, is that even from 1 to 5 is still very competitive.